From leucistic black-tailed paradox to albino capybaras, and of course our newest residents are getting their very own spa habitat because that's what we love to build for them, right? But wait until we see how this one will turn out. Today we're taking another exciting step in building our Albino City Zoo in Planet Zoo franchise mode. So if you're as excited as I am to see this series grow, then don't forget to subscribe, leave something nice in the comments down below, leave a like at this video, and stay tuned of course for more episodes. Hey everyone, my name is DeLadysigner and welcome back to our Albino City Zoo. And before we go, I quickly want to take a moment to say a huge thank you to everyone out there for your incredible support and such kind and warm messages on the first episode. It truly means so much to see how happy you all are that I've returned with a brand new series after such a long time. You guys are seriously the best. And before we go and build that capybara habitat, we need some extra cash because with this amount of money we are not able to do that much. But before we do that, can anyone help? Because the keeper is not able to walk here, even though let me just show you guys. I think we also mentioned it in the previous episode. Like, I normally never pay attention to this because it wasn't needed. The keepers always did clean the habitat, and they also did not throw in food on places where they were not able to reach. Like, for example, you had like underwater feeders, which they were not able to reach either, but yet they did fill those feeders. So there was always something, there was like this little workaround without having to do anything, and you were just able to build these kind of things. Like, the weirdest thing actually is, like, this is not even a feeder. Like, I didn't put down, I think I had a melon feeder somewhere here on the outside. I'm not really sure where that one is. We didn't have a melon feeder here, I think. So the keeper's not even able to reach this. Yeah, it did put down food in here, and now it's spoiled and it's just not going away, and it annoys the heck out of me. So if you guys know any way of how to delete that, do let me know in the comments down below. And if not, then I will just try and ask Frontier, like, hey, what has changed? Because this is like so freaking frustrating. Like, it looks so dirty. It is dirty. It's horrible. So yeah, that's just a little question from my end. Oh, you're so alone by yourself. I feel so sorry. Like, how old are you? You're an elderly now. You are 7.7 years old. We need to enjoy you for just a little second because it's about to end for you already. I'm so sorry about that. Well, as long as we don't get a message, we hopefully are good to go. So yeah, these guys are also clear. Okay, plans. They're complaining about the plans. Where's this zoo at a drink shop? Oh, good one. We need to add some shops. Yes. Okay, if we just quickly go here. Now, where's the black-tailed prairie dog? This habitat, loads of plants. Nah. Yeah. Okay. Seeing a black-tailed prairie dog so clearly is awesome. I will cherish this for this memory forever. Okay, that's good. That's good. But yeah, don't complain about my plans, okay? If anything, I just love to do my plans and add as many as I want to. Like, the cleanliness, that's the problem here. The terrain, we could work with the terrain a little bit. Okay, there's too much rock. We can fix that. That's not really a big deal. Let's just add some soil instead of rock. So I think that's here on the edges, right? That might actually be. Okay, so this is cleared. So that should not be an issue anymore. Terrain is now 100%, temperature is 100%, only the cleanliness and the plants. Well, I'm seriously not good to do anything about the plants because I just love the difference here. So okay, we have the prairie dogs. They're doing well. Our money is going up slowly. We have this beautiful building right over here. We already have the capybaras waiting here in our quarantine. But before we go and add these guys, we need to build them a habitat. So okay, let's just do it just like we did in the first episode, and we just going to make the shape of the building first and just do it step by step, I guess. So that's great. Also, by the way, thank you all so much for sharing like what was your first albino in the game. It was really so much fun to read, like giraffes, warthogs, peafowls. I even learned that the mute swan has a leucistic version, and I was like, wait, what? Are you sure? Like a mute swan is already white? So that's just super interesting, and I would love to hear from you guys. What kind of variations when it comes down to albinos, leucistic, or maybe even the other variations you had no idea about that it exists in the game or exists in real life? What was like the most special thing that you saw either on the forums, like it doesn't have to be an animal that you got, but I'm just super curious if something like the mute swan, I really had no idea about. Some animals are just super clear, but some animals are not. So I would absolutely love to know if you know any specific beautiful color morphs that we're missing out on. Also, I did add this little sign here for bought away because I kind of feel like these are the first two animals. So once she also passed away, then we will add another sign in here just because we can. Okay, let's just enjoy you one more time. Oh, you're so adorable. But those flies, they annoy me so much. But it is what it is. I really hope that we are able to fix that one way or the other and just be able to remove that. I already tried to do something with terrain, like raise it, lower it, whatever. Not working, unfortunately. Right, we're going to build a capybara habitat. We're going to build a capybara habitat, including an underwater viewing. We're going to have a little spa area on the outside. We're going to have an indoor area, just like we have right over here, but then we're going to have a building where the guests can walk into and then see these capybaras on the inside. And we're going to have a little backstage area just because I really enjoyed making it as well for the black-tailed prairie dog. So there's a lot of stuff we can do. Let's just go and start building. So we're going to start with drawing out the place where we want the habitat to be. But first of all, I want to put down the shape of the building, or at least kind of the shape of the building. Like I'm not entirely sure if this is going to stay the size of the building and the shape, but I just really wanted to make sure that we have some type of building and that it has a really nice viewing point from if you're standing like all the way at the prairie dog habitat, because I don't know, I just really like it to have like this beautiful sight line towards this building from the other side. So that's why we are raising the building a little bit, and that's where we come to the point where we need to like draw out the rest of the habitat. So we have capybaras. Capybaras are semi-aquatic animals, so that's why I want to make sure that we will have like deeper areas where the animals can deep dive, where we can have like a fish feeder, and also some shallow waters where they can just swim around or maybe even walk around. So we're gonna have a diversity here of different height elevations, which I really do hope that will turn out nicely in the end. Now I also definitely want to add like this little spa area on the outside. Like we're also going to build a spa on the inside, but I just want to have a little area here with some hot water taps that the capybaras can enjoy. So that's definitely something I really want to try to do here. Now I do have to admit, like it kind of feels like this habitat will become way too big, and I do really hope that we are able to just fill that up nicely with a lot of rocks and trees and bushes to make it feel less big. But as of right now, I'm like, ooh, I'm not entirely sure if this is just going the right way. Like the building feels super big, but then again, if I like create this hallway or an entrance for the guests to walk into, I then feel like, hey, maybe this building is too small anyway. So yeah, I really have no idea. Maybe I just kind of lost my eye for these kind of things because I haven't been building for such a long time. Talking about a long time, oh my goodness, I hope you guys noticed it, but I did upload the Maylin Zoo supercut. So my very first zoo with the full launch of Planet Zoo, Maylin Zoo, with pretty much only the the base game, I did upload to the channel in one big supercut. If you didn't see that video yet, I highly recommend you to turn it on whenever you are building yourself in Planet Zoo, or maybe just want to relax on your sofa and watch some Planet Zoo content, some longer Planet Zoo content, or maybe you just want to turn it on when you're going to sleep. Anyways, whenever you go and decide to watch it, I'm sorry, I just hit my camera. I hit my microphone. I hope you did not hear that. But yeah, I do really hope you guys will enjoy it. It's like a series that we created 5 years ago that meant so freaking much to me and the channel. Like, I grew so much with that series. Like, it really just changed my life and gave me the opportunity to do YouTube full time when Planet Zoo launched. So it was really such an amazing journey. So if you are curious to see where it all started, definitely go and watch that series. And it's just really fantastic to see so many people being in the comments like, oh my goodness, I watched this series from the start. It was just so amazing, and you grew so much since then. But still, it's like a really beautiful zoo and one of my favorite zoos and all these kind of messages. So it really means a lot to me, and I just really wanted to bring it up just one more time. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go and check it out. I really do hope you guys will enjoy it. Now let's get back to talking about the habitat. I'm so sorry about this. But yeah, okay, I drew out the habitat, or at least the water areas, and now I also want to make sure that the pathing is going well. Like, if I think of a city zoo, it always feels like more of open spaces and open plaza areas, which I definitely also want to add in this zoo. But sometimes you also want to make it a little bit more narrow and a little bit more wobbly pathing. So yeah, this is definitely one of those examples where we are really going around this habitat with lots of habitat or height variations, and just to make it all look interesting and to get nice viewings from different angles. Like, I don't really feel like the whole city zoo has to be flat and plain with lots of plaza. So yeah, I think this is definitely a great start to bring in that variation here with different height elevations. Now, we did also upload like these limestone fences that I also used for the first habitat. Now, I was a little bit playing around with these just to see if we are able to create some kind of wall from it with some more stone and just slightly in an angle to make the wall a little bit more interesting. And I kind of really like how this has turned out. Like, I did use that limestone at the bottom, which I later on did remove because I didn't really like that and how the terrain was going up there. So it didn't really look well in my opinion. But the rest of the rocky wall we are definitely keeping in here. Now, I do have to say, but I will show you guys the habitat in a bit, but some of these corners I'm just not entirely sure about yet how we're going to make them look pretty. So that is going to be a little bit of a challenge. And I also definitely wanted to have some kind of bridge for the capybaras in the habitat itself, and I'm not entirely sure yet if I will be using this Asia wooden bridge. Like, it does look cute and it does work super well with the viewing, but I'm not entirely sure if that is the style I want to keep. So it could definitely be that later on during this build that we are going to change the shape of the bridge, but we're going to have a bridge in place. That's definitely for sure. So here we are creating like that little spa area, and I'm not still sure if I want to keep the size of this one, because later on when I added the little hot tabs, I did notice that I find it a little bit too big, and I guess it will kind of depend on how it will feel the size when we are going to add the capybaras, which we are going to do very soon because we are running out of money. So I want to have this idea with this little spa on the outside with this little pool, but it just depends a little bit how it's going to look with the capybara. So we just need to test it out, I guess, and then see if we're going to change it. So this last little bit of this speed build, we're just going to make sure that the shape of the building will have an entrance for the capybaras, because we're going to have a backstage area with like a real backstage area that the keepers are only able to visit. But there's also going to be an indoor section where the guest will be able to see the capybaras in a little little spa. So there are big plans inside of this building, but I'm not really sure if we will have enough space for it, but time will tell. How much I hate it when it rains, but it is what it is, I guess. We also should enjoy the habitat while it rains, although I wonder, wait, oh, there are animals in the habitat. Don't you mind the rain? I guess you don't. How fast will you grow up? You're about to grow up, and you are an elderly now, but you have like this longevity, or I think you pronounce it that way. So maybe that's why you are a little bit older, because Bodaway. Can we see the stats of Bodaway still? I don't think so. Oh, wait a second. I'm not in the sign. Can I see that? Yeah, but we're not able to see that. 7.5 years old. So yeah, the female is already older than the male, but that's totally fine. I can't stand this, but we're just going to ignore it, I guess. Dude, it's still raining. What are you doing with your umbrella? That's weird. Put it above your head. That's so silly. Oh, there he goes. Oh yeah, now the sun started to shine. Oh, you maybe are using it for sun protection. There are no animals inside here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm distracted. But you can see what I mean with the place where I added the habitat. So, yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to the view. I'm not sure. Like, that bridge is a little bit in my way still. I think it's a little bit too high. So we might want to go for a different type of bridge. So a little bit lower, I guess, to not hurt the view. Like, this is going to be a super pretty building, of course. It's going to stand out, and you're really going to your eyes are going to be attracted to it from here while you're walking here. So I guess that makes total sense. So I like this wall right over here. We need to figure out how to like cover this corner, for example. It might be with just some rocks or something. I also did already add the screens and all, because I was low in money so badly. So everything should be ready. Like, we're talking about that right now. So let's just go and check our capybaras. I did actually get, I think it's Snowflake. Yeah, Snowflake is from our tropical franchise series. Can we see that from here? I think we can. Yes, DeLady's Tropicana. So Snowflake is actually coming over from my different zoo, from one of my different zoos, also from one of the series that we did. So we're going to move these guys. So Snowflake is a little bit older. Elena is maybe also. No, it's not from the tropical franchise. We only have one. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we are getting these beautiful animals, and we are going to bring them in this habitat to also see the traversal area. Is the habitat big enough? Are they able to actually reach the water? Because as of right now, I kind of have the feeling they're not able to reach the water unless they're on this side. Like this terrain is lowered a lot more. The problem that I have is, and I think that's because of the pathing right over here, I'm not able to put the water back in. So I'm kind of stuck with the water, you see? So I'm doing Ctrl Z. I'm stuck with the water, and I'm not able to change it anymore, which I guess it's fine. We're going to work with this, and we can use rocks and all to create ramps and on-ramps and off-ramps. So while these animals are being brought in here, of course, the capybaras, the black-tailed prairie dogs are for this habitat as soon as we need a new adult in here. Okay, what do we have? We have an achievement. Adopt the habitat species. Well, thank you. Claim reward. I'm keeping an eye out constantly on the training center just to see if there are special animals that I don't have yet. I still am looking for animals. I keep updating the list in the first episode in the description. So if you have any albino animals you want to trade with me, then definitely go and check out the description of the first episode, so we can get in contact in one way or the other, and then we can hopefully make sure that I am able to gather all the albino and leucistic animals. Like it's like a Pokemon Go type of thing. I've never played Pokemon Go. I'm curious if you guys did, but I never did. But I can totally imagine it's like you gotta catch them all. That kind of feeling. That's what I have at the moment with all these wild lithicic animals. So we're going to make this, of course, pretty and cover this up nicely whenever we are there to decorate everything, because we are definitely not there yet. We need to cover these edges nicely. We need to have lots of rocks and oh, hello there. You are already swimming in here. Oh yeah, oh no. Okay, our money is going up already, so that's a good thing. But we need to make sure that these guys have everything that they need. Capybara. Because we have, well, if you're able to swim here, then you're definitely able to climb up here. But we do want to check that. Where am I going to? Oh, are they able to escape? That's definitely something we need to check. Is this a good spot for now? Because then the capybaras will get super close to the guests in here. The guests are not able to see the animals from the inside yet, but that's fine for now. We're gonna fix that in this episode anyways. We are able to add the barrel feeder. Are we going to put this one down somewhere already? Not really sure if I want to keep this one, but let's just make these animals happy. We have the habitat. Do we need to unpause? Yes, okay. Food enrichment, toy enrichment is already quite good. Oh, wait a second. Yes, let's go for the underwater plant feeder. So we can maybe just hide this. I hope it's low enough. Let's put this. Okay, it did work for here. Feeder not big and deep enough. Oh no. Feeder not deep enough. Shoot. And the other side is probably... I can't change it anymore. I cannot change it anymore. Oh, that's such a pity. Wait, but maybe... Okay, let's just try this one more time. Inaccessible. Deep, not deep enough. Oh, yeah, okay. Shoot. I'm not able to do this. It seems to be working for the enrichment, so I'm going to keep it, but unfortunately... Oh... I really regret not taking care of that. Well, that's a good tip to take with you. You need to check if it will work, because now we are just a little bit stuck, unless I would try and see if I'm able to change the pathing here so we are able to put the water back. That could definitely be a thing. I'm going to think about that. Let's just make sure that these guys will be happy. They're not happy with the terrain, so let's just paint that just so we can cover that. Okay, let's add some grass. We need a little bit more. Yes, okay, that's now green. Hard shelter, that's just because we don't have any roofing. So we can just simply fix that very fast with just adding a few of these. And we can change that later on. So we're just gonna close this like this. This should be enough. I'm not too worried about that. The coverage of the plants is not good. Okay, plants. Everything else is green. Perfect. So these guys are happy. They are healthy. They're playing. Hi, cutie. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's have a quick look at the traversable area. That should be here. So where are they able to get into the water? They're able to get into the water here. Well, there is like this escape thingy, but they're not able to escape from there, I guess. Wait, what is that? Walkable escape point? No, I don't believe that. This is all good. They're not able to jump over, so that's all good. I want to see them using this before I change this later on. Okay, so that's good. Okay, a few of the things that I do want to set up before we go and continue. We're still waiting for money anyways. Okay, we have some research here of the capybara, but we don't have any research for the black-tailed prairie dog, which is kind of a miss because we have them for quite some time. Let's just do that. That's totally fine. We have the capybaras in their habitat. Show the... Oh, yeah... Shops. We have shops. That's why our money went so fast down. Actually, why is this so dirty? Let's get another caretaker in. So we have several shops. Why is no one working here? Do we have staff? I thought, yes, we do. Oh, they have a very high workload, so we can train these guys. The keeper is also having a... Okay, let's hire a keeper as well. We need to do some training here. So, shall we just select all of them? How much does it cost? 850? Can't find an accessible staff room. Yeah, I can imagine, because we have quite some people here. What does the staff room cost us? Because we just ran out of money. Do we ask money? Yes, okay. We have 40 cents, going for 50 cents. We can raise the ticket prices, so let's make sure to do that. I'm going for 7. Oh, did you? Is fair? Oh, I thought they would refuse to pay that. Why are they doing this weird thing? Okay, now they're in. Overpriced? Seriously? I got beautiful animals for you guys. What? Can't you start spending that much on a zoo ticket? You're joking. You're joking. Okay, we can't earn any more money with raising the ticket prices. That is a real pity, honestly, but it is what it is. Okay, let's make sure that we have some education here. So we have the capybaras on this sign. We have a sign right over here. Is that going to be change anything with if they want to pay more or not? Like, I thought whenever you add another animal in your franchise zoo, that would be enough for your guests to be willing to pay more. Woo! Woohoo! Okay, the zoo ticket price is fair. These guys are not going to pay more, which is a pity, but it is what it is. Okay, we need that staff room. Like, the problem is, I already did take a loan. I think we already did in the first episode. I first took this 5,000 loan. Now I repaid this one, and now we have the 20,000 loan, because else I was in trouble. We are struggling a little bit with earning money, but I'm not too worried about it. But I just need to pay attention to our money and to keep a close eye on it. I have my doubts about the shops. Like, maybe I should have not added that many shops. So can we see that in the finances tab? Okay, we have purchases. No, it's not. Ongoing expenses. Animal food. Right. Facility running costs. Is that this part? 2 years ago it was 0. Last year, yeah, we did just add them. So this is not telling us that much just yet. Taxes, income, shop income is quite high, I think, comparing to the cost. So I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe we can work with this. So let's just wait and see about that. But we need a staff room. Okay, so let's see how much does a staff building cost us. Staff. I don't want to see the blueprints. Thank you. It's 2,000. Okay, we can wait for that. That's no problem. Okay, we're almost there, but we do have zoo challenge. Guest number 1,000. Oh, 1,000 for 300 guests. That's perfect. So this is going to give us enough money. Hello? Why are we not able to put that down? We can, right? It has... Why is there... it probably is the keeper building. Okay, let's make sure to put this one right over here. So that should be enough. And now let's see, because I also did notice Zulo and Cash staff. Oh, there's the staff room. Oh no, I don't have any electricity. You're kidding. We need electricity here. Very fast. We have a transformer. And we can just squeeze it in here. Like, this is all temporarily until we are ready to work on this. So, wait, did that What does that mean? Like, I did move the keeper hut. They were not able to feed the animals. No freaking way. That's bad. Oh, that's really bad, lady. I guess you're lucky. We need to call keeper immediately. Urgently. Do we need a vet? Do we need a mechanic? I don't know. Let's do that. Let's make sure to also request them immediately here. I wish you could have stayed longer to see the capybara. You can stay how long you want. You can get a good view of the capybara here. This house is pretty barren. Yeah, we know. I'm working on that. No worries. Look at you run. Yes, you go and finish. You go and fix that barrier here because you know we don't want any animals to escape. Yeah. Okay, our money is not going super fast, which is a problem, but now that our staff is able to get some rest, look. Oh, look at this. The shops are doing great. It's quite busy everywhere. I do wonder if one caretaker... Well, we have 2 caretakers, I think. We have 2 caretakers, so if they are able to... Oh, we can train that one. Can we train any more now? Let's just make sure that they will be as efficient as possible. We have an efficient one here. We might want to have one more vendor to rotate. So whenever there is someone on a break, then this person can help work in the shops. Like, we're not going to pay too much attention to the work zones right now, but that's definitely something that we need to set up in a later stage. Yes, I do know that we are low. We are able to lower... Oh yeah, okay, no, there's not much wiggle room here. It's only like 10, 20, 30, 40. Oof. I don't know. Yes, okay, no, there you go. Okay, let's just train you. You have a high workload, you have a high workload. Okay, I think training these people will help with these high workloads and also to bring in more money. So... we need to be able to survive this. I'm not too worried about that. We have the capybaras. Yes, the habitat is still very barren. They're not unhappy. So we can get away with that and hopefully earn a little bit more cash. We have 780 here. 23 here. I have oh, there are actually guests that did donate on this side. Yes, you run. Fix those habitat fences. Do that for us. All right, no, it's just going to be a little bit of a waiting game here, just to see if we are able... Are you guys still complaining about fair ticket prices? Yes, we are not able to raise that. Oh, that's such a pity, but it is what it is. I don't want to take another loan. I have my doubts if we don't need another loan, but I'm going to try and see if we're able to earn some money here again, and hopefully very fast. Now that did take some time here, not only for getting some money, but also to finish this episode. Well, I'm actually not sure. Well, I'm going to assume that I am able to finish this episode while I'm recording at the same day. But so much happened over the past few weeks. Like, there was a little heat wave in the Netherlands. So it's pretty much too hot in the office to try and record stuff. But also, I just really want to enjoy some family time on the beach, and also keep in mind I still have a normal job next to YouTube, so yeah, I just don't always have time and energy to jump into the zoo. But this is probably one of the first ones that I just kept on being like, okay, I have 2 hours now, so try to put in 2 hours of work into the zoo, and then I had to do some other things, and it was really messy. But I'm happy to be able to get back into the zoo right now and to be able to at least finish the outside of this habitat. But it really felt like taking way too long, and I really do apologize for all the delays, but I do hope you guys understand that there's just so much more in life at the moment than recording and playing Planet Zoo. So I just really hope you guys understand and are patient and waiting for another episode. And if you were excited for all these new episodes, even though they do take a little bit longer, definitely do let me know in the comments down below, because it does really mean a lot to me, and I just just really hope that you guys are not angry or annoyed that these things sometimes take some more time than you are used to. Okay, let's go and talk about what we are doing right now. As I already said, like, I didn't really like that little spa area with the hot tub. It felt way too big, especially when I had the capybaras in the habitat. It was like, no, this is not going to stay. The only thing is, I really had a problem with the water. Like, we have this underwater feeder, and I tried to remove all the pathing at some point on the right side, like the bridge, and on the left side of viewing gallery, and I'm not really sure why. It might be the fencing, that I lowered the fencing too much or something like that, but I just wasn't able. I was able to remove the water, but I'm not able to put it back. So unfortunately, I just feel like it's gonna take me way too much time. So yeah, we're just gonna pretend that this underwater feeder is actually working, but it's not, unfortunately. It is what it is. We just have to live with that, I guess. But we are now able to continue decorating the whole area. So I especially like the flooring underneath the water, I felt like would look really nice if we make it a little bit more raw with like using those roots and of course the small little rocks. And later on we're also going to add like these logs and grass, and it all looks very nice. And yeah, it's quite unfortunate that I'm going to assume that the capybara is not going to deep dive here, but hopefully on the other side, like, we will have this underwater buoy. I think it's called, no, the little submarine thingy. I do hope that one of the capybaras will be able to play with that. It says that the capybara is able to interact with it, so that's at least a good thing. So yeah, I'm just super excited for that. So even though the underwater feeders don't work, hopefully the others are like, I did add like this little rubber ducky at the side of the underwater feeder, so that is hopefully going to attract the capybaras to this little area of water here, because that is obviously going to look super fantastic. Now, I did have a little bit of a struggle here and there because I wasn't entirely sure what kind of plants I wanted to use. Like, one side of me really wants to make this super tropical and lush, but the other side of me is being like, okay, wait, no lady, this is a city zoo in a temperate biome, so we also need to pay attention to that. Like, it's not like, for example, in the Netherlands we are temperate biome. It's not like bamboo. Well, bamboo is probably a plant that can live in a temperate biome, so it's not the greatest example. But for example, palm trees, there are spots where they're not per se growing, but there are planted correct me if I'm wrong, okay, Dutchies, but there are palm trees planted and they are pretty much able to grow. So yeah, we can get away with certain tropical plants to put them down here and there, but I'm going to try to use as many temperate trees and plants on the outside, and then on the inside, so interiors and indoor habitats, that's where we can really go crazy and use like these tropical plants. I feel like I don't want to go too much into like realism and all, even though I do like to use some of these realistic things, but overall I think that's just a really fun way to make it more realistic, even though it's not per se that we're building a super realistic zoo or whatnot. I hope we are able to achieve something really cool that you're like, hey, yeah, this could potentially also work in real life, even though maybe here and there it's a little bit different. But yeah, we're not going to focus too much on realistically how safe habitats will be. Like, I do like that every now and then to use like these extra fences to make it more safe, but yeah, you guys know what I mean, right? Like, at the end of the day, I just want to have fun, and that's my biggest focus here, and I just want to build a city zoo, and I'm having just so much fun because it's been so long since the last time that we worked on our big city zoo project, and now it kind of feels like this is inspired by that city zoo, but we're also going to use everything that we learned along over the years, and this is going to be an even better city zoo, hopefully. At least that's my goal. But as you can see, we are now working on that little bridge. As I already said, like, didn't really like the Asian vibe of that little bridge, so I really wanted to keep a little bridge, but not make it too obvious, because in the end, when you're standing at the black-tailed prairie dog habitat and you're looking towards this capybara habitat, which is supposed to have like this beautiful classical building where the indoor habitat is going to be, like, it was just too high, so it's supposed to be just a small little cute little bridge. And I think those log pieces, like that, how do you call that? Like the outside. I don't know how an English word for it is. Like schors. Dutchies, help me here. Schors. I mean, schors is like one of the most horrible words to say in Dutch. It sounds so dirty or disgusting. Schors. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted here, but it's just such a weird word. But yeah, that little piece. I never used it before, but I think it works super well for this little bridge. And also talking about the bridge, I think it's a good thing to also just upload a little bridge for you guys to use, which will be a part of all the blueprints that we're going to upload along the way. Now, this habitat is probably not really the best example for a habitat to be uploaded to the Steam Workshop. It's probably going to be way too hard to put it down, so we're going to do it more in like little pieces. So like the building will probably be uploaded, and then the little bridge on the outside. Maybe you guys also want to have that little spa section, which we can also upload so you can use it for your own habitat. But having the whole habitat uploaded, I think it's not really going to work out super well, to be honest. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts about this, obviously. Now, I do want to try to make the habitat still lush and green, but it still has to be open because we don't want to ruin too much of the view towards the building here. So yeah, that's why I'm mostly choosing for some lower bushes and some lower grass to avoid that view being ruined here, of course. So nothing will be in the way of that. Now, we do need to purify or make these edges of the underwater viewings on the sides a lot more clean and neat, and I really had a hard time with that. Like I did use those stone pillars, but I did cut out most of the part because I kind of felt like it was very tedious. But yeah, trying to clean it all up was pretty hard still, but in the end it did work out. So I will make sure to show you guys that in the little tour that we're going to do once the speed build is over. So the last bit of the speed build is building a little bridge. No, it's not a bridge, it's a staircase, lady. But putting down the little staircase here in front of the building, like, this is the only thing that we're doing right now, working on the building itself, because the building is going to take way too much time. So yeah, I kind of feel like I just want to split this episode of the capybara at least in two different parts, because I'm just not able to finish this one in time. At least I need another week for it, most likely. But I did really want to make sure that at least the outside of this capybara habitat is completely finished, so that the only thing that we gotta do in the next episode is go and work on the inside of the building, so the interior. So that means we're going to build a backstage area, and we're going to make an indoor spa tropical heaven for the capybaras. I want to make sure that there is like this beautiful light coming out of the roof. We're gonna play with like a beautiful glass pieces, something round I have in my mind, something really pretty that you would see in a classical city zoo, or at least something that inspires me of my favorite zoo, Rotterdam Zoo. So I do have some really cool plans for that interiors, and yeah, as I said, I just don't want to rush it. I want to take my time, so hopefully you guys don't really mind that to be in 2 episodes. That's definitely not the goal. I really want to make sure to finish an episode for one habitat, or one habitat in one episode. But yeah, in this case, it just took me way too long, and there's too much cutting and too much time still from recording now until finishing it. So I don't want you guys to wait that much longer. So hopefully you guys understand that. So let me just show you guys around and show you what we do have at this point. Like, I did fill up this little area here, so it all feels pretty finished on this side. The only thing that I probably still want to do is add a few cracks with the decals from the Europack here and there on this wall. But other than that, apart from, okay, the building and the interior, I think the outside is pretty much done. One other thing that I kind of feel like doing, I'm so annoyed by all the donation boxes everywhere, and I kind of feel like I wanna download a mod just to be able to hide those into the ground, but I'm not entirely sure about that just yet. So as of right now, we're keeping that. But like, I don't want to build too much with mods or anything, because I want this series to be able for everyone to watch and enjoy and know that everything that I build is possible without mods. But yeah, I just don't really like those guys. So I do feel like I want to hide them into the ground just for a better look of it. Like, they still work if we do. So we did change the transparency here for the water as well. And this is now, I don't know why, but it was kind of a struggle to make this all work, because the glass and the water was doing weird things. Like, if you see it right over here, this is a little submarine. It's sticking out a little bit, which I actually do really like. But here, like, the water is being cut off here. And it just doesn't look super nice if I would like cover this all up in a different way. I think this is the best way possible to cover all the edges. So yeah, we have to live with this little weird corner here, but all looks clean on this side. I did hide because like these guys don't really have this education. Okay, let me just show you guys. You see what happens. So the education sign itself, which is hidden here in the wall, has this blue marking. So it will work as an education board. But if you use like the small little TV screens that I have, they don't have that. I never know if it really matters. But that's why I do hide them in the ground or in a wall, and then have like this small TV screen in front of it. Okay, let me just show you guys the rest of the habitat. So yeah, we have the underwater feeder, not working unfortunately, but it does look beautiful, and hopefully that little rubber ducky is going to attract these capybaras here to the habitat. So we can walk around here, and the capybaras can walk here as well. I did make sure to put down as many enrichment items everywhere so we don't have issues with keepers not being able to reach it. So we have a ball on this side, but like food is on the other side that the keeper is able to walk. Look, isn't this a lot better than the big one? I think it is. I think it is. And I find it a lot more fun to have a different variation here. So this one is in the water. So when, oh gosh, what was that? You need a workshop. I don't need a workshop. Go away. Speaker, that research complete. Oh, we can click that one. Okay, so we have all the research for the capybara. We have all the research now for the black-tailed prairie dog, which is fantastic. But yeah, I like the fact that like this one is half in the water. So when a capybara sits here, it is sitting half in the water enjoying it. But this one, for example, is not. So this one has like this water. I'm not really sure if that's too much, but I just like the idea to have the water a little bit splashing up and like have this little vent thingy to make it feel like the water can drain back there. I don't know if that's the right word to say. We have the bridge here as well. It's hard. It's hard to make these bridges look beautiful. Oh, I do need to hide the backside still, but it's hard to make them look nice, especially with these big pieces. But I think it worked, and then have it clean here with like these big blocks, and the fact that the guests can like look down here and see the capybaras using the hot tub. I think it's fantastic. I think the little bridge works a lot better than the other bridge. And why would you have a railing? I don't think these animals do need a railing. I did open this one up already because the problem at some point was that it became snowy. and it became really cold for the capybara, so they ended up to be on the inside, and then the guests would not be able to see it. So this is temporarily because I want to have the guests more on the inside of the habitat. Now look at this. Okay, we have little babies, and we have, wait, is that a baby? No, that's not a baby. And we have one, I don't know if that's the English word, a bastard. Is that an English word? I know it's like a Dutch word, a bastard, a bastard. I'm not really sure if that is. But like we have one brown little capybara, which I feel like I want to call chocolate for some reason. So we have chocolate here. And then we have April and Michaela. This is pretty much Michelle, which is my name. Isn't it? Michaela? I'm not really sure. It's Michaela with an H, I think, in Greek. Not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments down below if you do know. But we have so many little babies. Rosa Maria. They're so adorable. And I think, if I'm correct, we have more babies on their way. So Snowflake is also expecting offspring. So it's going to be quite busy in this habitat. But it's also good because we need money. So we need more guests in our zoo, and we want them to be happy and spending money here. Not really sure if the guests do have an opinion still about the capybara. Zoo ticket price is fair. I kind of feel like I want to call the mechanic. The glass is not looking super good here. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh, that's really bad. So let's just call that mechanic. I wish I could have stayed longer to see the capybara. You can get a good view. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. You are happy with the view of the capybaras. So yeah, like I said, I want to do something here with glass. I want to build, I think, something like this round dome with like a lot of classical elements and beautiful architecture to really make the indoor area like super worth it to watch it and super worth the effort that we're going to put in here. I'm not entirely sure yet about, I guess this area here should be like the backstage area. But the problem I still have and I still need to think about is how are the capybaras able to get from this side to that side? Is that going to be like a little hallway here from the back? And then like I want to make sure that it's not too open from one side to the other side. I think, at least for now, I want to have like a really nice tropical area here with beautiful lighting coming from the top. So yeah, there are plans, and I want to take my time for it. So that is just simply the reason why I kind of feel like we should just not rush it and just call it a day from here. Because this really took a lot of time, but it was also worth it. So the more time I put into my builds, the more it's going to be worth it. And hopefully, the more it will inspire you. Look at this. Isn't this fantastic? This little view with the little bridge here. Let me just show you guys quickly the traversable area as well from the capybaras. So, okay, they are not able to get up here. That is probably simply due to a rock here and there, probably, because this doesn't feel very difficult for them to reach. Maybe something needs to be a little bit more flat. Okay, wait. Can we just fix that? Simply by just adding one or two more rocks here and there to make it more flat. Maybe this one as well. I mean, it can't be too much. Oh, look. Are you going to use that? So we have another one here. Are you? You are able to use it. Oh, cool. Look. Okay, so that is fixed now as well. So guests can also stand here and see them really up close when they're using the sprinklers. I don't think the babies... Yeah, the babies should be able to use the sprinklers as well. Or the hot tubs. But yeah, they're pretty much able to walk everywhere. So that's a good thing. So yeah, that one is not being able to be used. This is fantastic. This is working really well. It's actually way bigger than it should be, but that's totally fine. There's okay, water water is maybe a little bit of an issue, but I don't really mind that. Look at all these cute little babies. Oh my goodness, what I totally forgot. You see how slow our money goes up. It's terrible. Okay, don't look at the llama. We have Joda in here. And Joda was like super old, and I just knew the longer I was building and working on this area, yeah, she would die. She would die without us seeing her. But where is the rest? Are they inside of a burrow? Oh, they're both in here. Oh, I like that. I like that. So we have Makruru and Kushala. Now, it took quite some time here as well for these guys to become bonded, because we had like the babies and Joda, and then they grew up and moved Joda, and then moved the female, I think it was, and then added a new female in here. Or was it a male? Makruru was the male that we kept, right? Yeah, I think it was. So one of those babies that was still inside of this habitat, he was an outsider, and he constantly kept to be an outsider, and I was like so annoyed about it. And I was like, stop doing that. And it took me a few times, and then they were like integrating, and then it took a lot of time again for them to bond and to do anything. But okay, we have an elderly Joda here. Now the problem is, what are we going to do? We can release her in the wild. I actually just want her to enjoy life for a little bit, but I'm not sure if they are going to fight if we do, because these guys are members of the same family. Joda is 5 stars. Oh, that's amazing. So I'm just gonna leave Joda in here now and hope that she will enjoy the rest of her life here before she will die of old age, which is going to be super sad. But I really do hope that she had a great life. I almost accidentally put her up for adoption on the training center, and I'm happy that I didn't. Oh, Black-tailed prairie dog is having offspring. Is expecting offspring, so that's September. Years. Okay, so that's gonna take another year, but that's great. So that's all running fine. Apart from we just have to wait until Joda will pass away. But yeah, oh my goodness. Oh wait, are you going to throw in food for the capybara? Oh, you probably will. Oh, I have the capybara still selected. I thought like the capybara was going here being like, hey, what's going on there? What are you doing? But it's moving away, so I need to zoom on my camera constantly. Oh, goodness. Okay, stop doing that. Arr. Are you going to throw in food? Or, oh, maybe he already did. And that's why the capybara was walking here and we just missed it. That could definitely be a thing. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Let me know in the comments down below, and hopefully you guys are excited. Make sure to subscribe, of course, if you're new to the channel, if you want to see what my plans are for the interior here. I really have some great plans, so hopefully you guys are ready for that. Leave a like at this video if you guys enjoyed it, and I just really do hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!